Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to New Orleans, Louisiana for Sunday night SFL action. Andy Hamilton along with Gus Schultz from Russell L. Honore Memorial Stadium, where two top 5 SFL offenses are looking to secure their playoff spot. Andy Hamilton along with Gus Schultz in London and New Orleans are here tonight. Gus, between these two teams, both averaging over 30 points a game on the offensive side of the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, neither one is certainly locked down, but both are some solid defensive units. What are you looking forward to in tonight's game with so much on the line?
I think the biggest thing that I want to see tonight is these rookie running backs who have been just absolutely stellar so far this season. Really just go into battle over this one. We got Reggie Streeter with the most carries and the 3rd most yards on the London side. And for NOLA, Logan Jack, 5th in carries, almost 1,300 yards. These guys are just having a great season.
Yeah, and you also have Deezer Powell on the New Orleans side, number 1 in receiving yards in the SFL coming into tonight's game. Well, talk about the impact of this game. Both these teams currently in a wild card spot. Lots of scenarios, as Cam was talking about in the week prior, about how these two teams can get in or fall out. But it all can be very simple. If either of these two teams wins, it helps their chances at getting in the playoffs. And both teams are going to be looking for that win tonight. London will start with the football on the road at 6-5. The 7-4 New Orleans Pharaohs will kick, and we're underway. Return coming out across the 25. Malinishin on the return, and he's still on his feet. Out across the 45. Oh, ball on the floor, and New Orleans recovers. And a quick turnover by London, and the Pharaohs have a dream start.
Yeah, this is a great news for the Pharaohs because now they're going to get the ball really to start both halves of football out. If their offense can come out and take advantage of this gift that their special teams unit gave them, they are going to be sitting pretty for the start of this match.
And actually, Jeff Malinishin's body kept the ball inbounds. That was an incredible play because it very well could have bounced out and kept the possession with the Knights. But unfortunately for them, Xander Gold is out on the field nearly immediately, his 2nd year in the league, 6'5", 230. And the quarterback in his sophomore season will hand off on the first play to Jack up the middle. And Jack, with a burst of speed, gets out to the 38.
Yeah, Logan Jack has just been going to work on defenses this year. We talked about his 5th most carries and 1,300 rushing yards. He's also 2nd in running back receptions and yardage there. He's at 1,700 all-purpose yards, so he's really carrying a lot of the load for this offense.
A good offensive unit for New Orleans, number 5 in the league in scoring per game. They give to Jack again, who picks up another 3 yards, but you know, you mentioned it, Logan Jack carrying a lot of the burden, but also the 5th best pass yards per game in an SFL unit. So this offense gets it done through the air and on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, in every major offensive category, this NOLA team is in the top 5 for the league. So, I mean, they are dangerous any way you slice it.
Flipping out to Jack here out of the backfield. Jack plows through 1, picks up another few yards and goes out 3rd and 3. They also are number 3 in turnovers, only giving up 16.
But at the same time, when you look across the board at London's defense, they're the 3rd best rushing defense and have the most takeaways in the league. So if anybody is positioned to take away one of New Orleans' major weapons, it is this London defense.
Yes, the London defense definitely the better of the two defensive units. They'll give to Jack on 3rd down, and he's got the first down to the 25. So far, it's been all Logan Jack out of the New Orleans offense.
Yeah, Logan Jack, I mean, he is the consummate workhorse with over 350 touches between runs and carries. He's averaging about 30 touches a game, and that's just a huge amount for any one player to have.
They will give to him again. He finds his way through a hole and will pick up 5 on the carry. When you talk about Logan Jack and you talk about this New Orleans franchise as a whole, you're talking really about 2 top draft picks back-to-back seasons, Xander Gold last season and now Logan Jack. That makes a big impact on a franchise when you have 2 rookies who then combine and make a good offensive unit going into the second year for Xander Gold. And that's just what New Orleans has done. They've spent high on high energy positions, and so far it's paying off this season. Giving to Jack again. That time he's shut down out of the backfield. Nice job there on the defensive side by Blake Craze.
Yeah, Blake Craze, big hitter, got 50 tackles on the season, 7 of those tackles for loss. He is definitely going to have his hands full with Logan Jack along with his partner Slyn Shady.
3rd and 5 from the London 20. Gold fires. That's a completion, his first of the game, and it's out on the right-hand side to Deezer Powell. Just ran a little slant route.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to continue going to the running back over and over and over again, eventually you get the defenders brought up so close that you can start sneaking your wide receivers in behind them and burn them that way. That's exactly the kind of way that New Orleans wants to run their offense.
3 wide here for Gold, who fires on the right-hand side. That is caught by Matt Wolf down to the 3. Matt Wolf kind of the afterthought in terms of these 2 receivers, but he's not having a shabby year at all.
Yeah, I mean, he's very quickly approaching the 1,000-yard mark for the season, and I mean, nobody's going to be sneezing at that. But when you're lined up across from the league leader in reception yards and the league leader in touchdowns, it's easy to get your name forgotten sometimes.
Hand off Jack. Oh, clobbered at the line. He was looking to find his way through, but Slyn Shady plugged that hole quickly, and it'll be 3rd and goal.
Yeah, I mean, this is what Slyn Shady is known for. He wants to get into the backfield and stop things there. He has 16 tackles for loss on the season, which puts him at 2nd amongst all linebackers. He is really a run-stopping powerhouse.
Xander Gold, a perfect 3 for 3. Nathan Blake is on stats tonight for us. They will give to Jack. Oh, and he didn't get there. Slyn Shady meets Logan Jack at the goal line and shuts him down. What a defensive stand by the Knights.
Yep, this is exactly what he has to do right here. Stay back and wait just a little bit. Don't get too aggressive and get burned by the blocking scheme. Just wait and plug whatever hole opens up. And a great job to force the field goal on the first New Orleans drive.
So after the kickoff that was fumbled and then recovered by New Orleans, London's defense goes on a stand and forces a 17-yard field goal, and the Pharaohs at home push the lead to 3.
And I mean, they're going to be a little bit disappointed in New Orleans for not getting the 7 points there, but any points on your first drive of the game are good points, and especially when you have the ball first, you've established the first lead, now you force London to respond to you.
Kick underway. Malinshin had the opening return, and now on the return coming back, he will get out to the 28-yard line, and that is where London will set up their first offensive possession.
Yep, this London offense really puts a lot of their effort into their running game, averaging 147 yards per game right now. And so even though they're only getting 270-ish on the passing game, they're still 2nd in total yards on the strength of their run game.
2 backs in the backfield. Rob Roby, the quarterback for London. The first play will be a handoff off the left-hand side to their rookie running back, Reggie Streeter, the 5th pick in the draft.
Yeah, just a good run to get things going. Reggie Streeter, again, he leads the league in running back carries and 3rd, as we talked about, in total yards. So he's the big part of their offense, but they've got the Hands brothers out there as well as Ken McCarrow at wide receiver, and those guys are all having pretty solid years as well.
Roby looking to throw, fires across the middle. That's a one-handed grab there by Donnie Hands. Oh, he's got some hands, and he pulls it in.
Yeah, Gary Birdie are laying the smackdown there with that tackle. He has a lot of meat to put behind that effort and just laying Mr. Hands out.
It'll set up a 1st and 10 at the 46. Little over 5 minutes to go here in the first frame of play, and it'll be 4 wide for the London Knights. Roby, a little bit of a low snap, will fire, floats one to the near side, or far side, and it's incomplete. He was looking for James Hands, the Hands brothers, the receiving unit here in London.
Yep, and they are a very solid receiving unit. You know, if you look at the two of them, they're at about 1,200 yards on the season. Then you throw in Ken Maccaro there as well. He brings another 947 yards himself. So this is a very potent offense, but they have a turnover problem, and that's really been one of their big woes this season.
Running through the 6 with my woes. 3 wide here for Roby. Oh, wow, put it on a string and completes it there to Ken Maccaro. Maccaro, one of the top receiver actually for London, number 19 in receiving yards, and he hauls that one in to make this 3rd and short.
And what a beautifully threaded pass by Roby there. I mean, there were so many defenders in that area, and he's got to get that out lightning quick, and it gives them a very convertible 3rd down.
Well, the lone man is Reggie Streeter with a fullback in front of him. Gets a great block and is free. Reggie Streeter down across the 20. Will they bring him down? 10, 5. No, he is into the end zone, and London is in the lead.
What a monster block, and then the shedded tackles on top of it. I thought for sure this run was going to come to an end at a very impressive 16 to 20 yards, but he just turns the jets on and runs straight through that tackle and says, I see your slow chip drive. We're going to come out and run it down your throat.
His 16th touchdown in this SFL season, the 5th pick overall in the rookie draft. And for any of you who are looking to get involved with the SFL action, our next rookie draft will be sometime in the June, July area. So make sure you are signed up on the Discord, getting involved, because you are going to want to be someone like Reggie Streeter, who comes on and makes a big impact for his team. Streeter pushes, and the kick is good. London on top of New Orleans after a little bit of a shaky start. It's now 7-3, Knights on top.
Yep, and we talked a little bit about the playoff implications of this game. For London, it's a fairly straightforward situation. They cannot make the playoffs if they don't win. So in essence, this is a playoff games for the London boys. You must win this or your season's over. New Orleans will make the playoffs regardless of if they win or not. But if they lose, they will probably only be a wild card instead of getting a top 6.
Yeah, the seeding very important throughout tonight's games, and if you're watching the SFL Blitz on Twitch, or if you have that up, Cam has the seeding as it currently stands at the bottom of the screen. Very intuitive, very helpful throughout the game. I have my eye on that, as well as the eyes on the other scores around the league. Sioux Falls and Indianapolis tied at 14. Tulsa down 14-0 to Las Vegas, and then Denver and Vancouver just kicked off. Still 0-0 in that contest. 4 wide here for Gold. A little bit of a late pressure. Fires on the outside, and it's hauled in for a few yards there. Joel Hart, the tight end, picks up 5.
Yep, a good start for things here. You don't have to pick up a whole ton of yards on first down. You know, get it out to your tight end for 5. And I like that they want to come out and pass. They did so much running at the start of this drive, or at their first drive. Come out and really get Xander Gold into a good rhythm, because he is really accurate, and you need to have a good balance if you want to beat this London defense.
Hand off here. Jack up the middle with some room, and Logan Jack out to the 45. Good run from him. He's looking strong tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have a running battle on our hands if these two running backs have anything to do with it. We're already almost at 100 total rushing yards between the two, and this is only the 3rd drive of the game.
Yeah, still plenty of time in this contest, but we've seen some fireworks so far. Both offenses starting to get in a rhythm, and really it might come down to which defense can get a good stop here tonight.
Absolutely, and I have to think that, you know, London's defense is kind of the better defense with all the takeaways and their run defense quality. They are in a really good position. But at the same time, despite not leading in any other statistics, New Orleans has the 5th best points per game of all defense.
Davidson with the stop there at the 46. It was a no-yard game run up the middle for Jack. He met Davidson and went right to the floor, and We'll bring up 2nd and 10. Gold gonna throw here, flips it out to Jack out of the backfield with a block. Logan Jack lowers the shoulder and picks up the first down.
Yeah, these screenplays are just such a boon to the way Logan Jack likes to move the ball, because he does really well when he has a lot of momentum and can just hit defenders. So to have that outside edge sealed up and let him go one-on-one with a cornerback really lets him get some nasty work done.
London sporting the all-white this evening, and on the other side, New Orleans wearing purple with gold helmets and pants, in case you are new and not sure who is who. Liam in the chat saying they need to slow them down, and we'll see what they can do here on first down. The flip out to Jack, and Jack will pick up 6, not necessarily slowing them down, but they did keep them from picking up the first down. Evan Arthur on the tackle.
Yep, Evan Arthur, a name we haven't heard from. He's another one of those London rookies and having himself a pretty good season. 9 pass deflections and 5 interceptions. Nothing to scoff at as a rookie. And making a big stop there. They've got to get Logan Jack in check, otherwise they're in for a long night.
2 wide, handoff to Jack. Jack cannot fight through the 3rd and 4th waves of the London Knights. He is brought down by a host of tacklers. Nathan Blake kind of led the charge there.
Yep, Nathan Blake, one of their veteran free safeties. He's got 61 tackles, 13 pass deflections, and 8 interceptions on the year. He's a real big part of the way that they scheme their defensive passing game.
4 wide here for Gold in the shotgun. Gonna throw, wants the deep ball, fires it, and it's knocked away. Nice defensive play there on the London secondary. I think it might have been Dean Maddox over there who got a hand to it. But it was a good play, and New Orleans is going to have to punt.
Yeah, I believe that was Dean Maddox based on what side of the field it was, and he definitely gets a hand in there. And now that's another drive that's going to end for New Orleans with a 4th down attempt of some kind. And interestingly, they are punting from here. I think, maybe you try for a long field goal, but I guess they're not feeling confident in that.
Yeah, it would be a little bit long here. Would be about a 52, 53-yarder. So they will punt away, and Malinishin will take the fair catch at the 12, and the Knights will retake over with the lead on the road. You got to feel confident with the way your defense has played through a few drives.
Yeah, absolutely. London's got a lot to be proud of so far. They've taken one of the most potent offenses in the league and on 2 drives held them to only 1 score and a field goal at that. Now it's a question of, can their offense return the favor and go out here and get some more points?
Offensive unit on the field, and Roby will throw, flips it out to Streeter on a little screen pass, and he has a first down run. Reggie Streeter out of the backfield is making some waves in the passing game as well, and he tends to do that from time to time.
Yeah, they don't use him nearly as much in the passing game as New Orleans does with Jack, but when he comes out, especially if he gets this blocker in front of him, he is very dangerous. I think if he beats that tackle there on Kappa Jones, he's probably got a free run all the way down the field.
It'll be 1st and 10 at the 24. There's a look at Donnie Hands on the sidelines, chatting a little bit with some of his other players. Now they're going to go 3 wide with the fullback on the top of the formation, spread out as a receiver, and Roby will flip it out on the outside there. A nice completion to James Hands, 6'6", 240, coming over from Dallas.
Yep, James Hands having himself a pretty solid year. Nothing to write home about. Probably not in the running for, a wide receiver or offensive player of the year award with so many guys posting up big numbers. But he has been very consistent, gets about 10 to 11 yards per reception, and he's got 7 touchdowns on the year.
And off Streeter, he is shut down very well by the New Orleans linebacker Mac McDaniel, the undrafted rookie.
Yeah, Mac McDaniel, another one of these big-name rookies coming in here, really making an impact, and he just doing really good work for this defense.
3rd and 3. London trying to advance their drive here in the waning moments of the first quarter. Roby looks to throw it, will fly one across the top, and it's picked off. New Orleans read it well and took it away. Number 28 making the interception. That is Rolliman Hood.
Yep, his 4th interception on the season, and he just has this one scoped out. As soon as he sees that slant come through and the way the ball is coming out, he knows that's an underthrow, so he cuts in underneath that route and goes up really high to get that ball and make sure the wide receiver never even has a chance.
That was Roby's first incompletion or pass that didn't reach the receiver of tonight. He's 4 of 5, but New Orleans will take over with good field position. Flipping it out to Jack out of the backfield here, and Logan Jack has a first down. He's got speed along with that power.
Yep, and with this kind of field position, they are itching to get out there and reclaim this lead with a touchdown. They don't want to be held to a 3-and-out again. And so trust for them to go to their Logan Jack, who's going to pick up the yards because that's what he does for them.
And let's see, I think that will be the end of the first quarter. It's 7-3, London on the road, taking the early lead off of the start. New Orleans at home trying to get back into it. They have the ball with good field position. When we return, it's the SFL brought to you by APM Music live on YouTube. Andy Hamilton along with Gus Schultz and Nathan Blake back in the stats truck keeping us honest. 4-3 look out of London. They'll flip it out. Oh, almost an interception. And then Logan Jack gets rocked on the outside. That was a dangerous play all around, and Evan Arthur makes Logan Jack pay for catching that one.
Yeah, I think Evan Arthur was a little bit upset that his teammate didn't have the interception there, so taking a little bit of that frustration out on Logan Jack, who's been having himself a pretty good night. 35 yards of rushing, 33 yards of reception, and 15 of his team's touches already.
Flipping it out on the outside. Nice grab there for New Orleans. Catch made by Jaquez Lynch. And John Razor in the chat says, how do you guys improve your players in this league? Good question, Razor. The way that we improve the players is each week everyone gets the same amount to spend, and as long as you are active in the Discord channel, you get to spend that on improving your player based on your tier. If you want to join, just go ahead and join our Discord. You can find those links in the description of the video or head over to twitch.tv/simulationfl. Important 3rd and 5 here early in this game. New Orleans going to look to throw. Hit as he threw and gold. The ball falls incomplete. McDonald on the pressure.
And this is a huge stop for this London defense because they gave New Orleans such great field position with that turnover, and then to come out, only allow New Orleans 1 first down and then get the stop, it means that even with a completed field goal here, London still has this lead. And the way their defense is playing tonight, I mean, you cannot ask for a better performance against this caliber in offense.
So from the 23, New Orleans will try the field goal. It'll be about a 40-yarder, 41. The kick is up, and it is good from 40 yards. New Orleans cuts that lead down to a single point off the foot of Zen Lee.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's no surprise that, you know, both of the times that the Pharaohs have started on the London side of the field, they've been able to go down and score, but they're going to be very disappointed at only getting field goals out of those. You know, they're used to doing whatever they want to on the offensive side of the field, and for them to just get stomped on by the defense so far, it's really a surprise for them.
So 7-6, a tight ball game here with 10 minutes to go in the second. Melanishin will tuck that ball tight and get out to the 24.
Yeah, Melanishin playing the safe hands now. He doesn't want to risk another fumble and really put his team in a worse spot than before. So expect him to be a little bit more calm and collected as a return man for the night. But his confidence will come back, and we'll start seeing some of those fancy moves he's been able to put on in the past.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how that affects his ability and willingness to try and make the big play happen. London needs some big plays tonight if they are going to secure their playoff spot. Streeter with a nice carry for 5 there, already up to 55 yards.
Yeah, and Mac McDaniel laying the smackdown on that one. It was a great clothesline tackle there. And again, you just have to get super secure tackles against these two running backs because they have such a great ability to run through tackles. If you don't hit those boys hard, you're going to be staring at them from the ground as they score touchdowns.
Three spread out, split backs here for Roby. Handoff up the middle to Streeter. Streeter is patient and escapes out to the 40. Looks like a magic trick there with the way that he got away.
Yeah, great little stutter step, allowing those blocks to develop in front of him, and then he just kind of magics his way out of that pile. Gets a good little stiff arm to gain a few extra yards, but Tank Bennett able in the end to bring him down, and that's what you expect from the strong safety who is 5th in tackles this season.
Off Streeter off the right side with a block, escorting him. Oh, the block missed, and Streeter gets stood up and dropped at the 48. I thought that one had touchdown written all over it, Gus.
Yeah, if the lineman who's out in front of him there is able to pick up Tank Bennett and lay that block down, that's another monster touchdown play for Reggie Streeter. But, you know, sometimes those linemen, they get moving down the field, and they can't change direction quite as quickly as you would want, and you miss out on opportunities.
Roby will change the play at the line with 8:30 to go left in the second frame of play. 4-3 look out of the New Orleans defense. The handoff goes to Streeter off the right side, and Streeter is corralled after a 7-yard pickup. He is very dangerous tonight now, up over 80 yards.
Yeah, 80 yards on the ground so far, and another 12 through the air. I mean, he's pushing in on almost 100 yards. We've still got most of the second quarter to play left, let alone the second half.
Only on 7 attempts nonetheless. They'll give it to him for the 8th time tonight, and Streeter, oh, that time is brought down shy of the line to gain. Mac McDaniel seems to be the one guy in the middle who's willing to make the stop.
Yeah, Mac McDaniel is really a force to be reckoned with, and he has to be, because really containing Reggie Streeter is your entire job as a linebacker on this New Orleans defense tonight. And so far, they haven't been doing a great job. They really have to step up and get him out of his element.
Flipping it out to the fullback here on the far side of the field, and that is good for the first down to the 33. Nice little toss by Roby to find one of the role players who picks up the first down.
And I believe that is the first third down conversion for London tonight. And, you know, but at the same time, they've only come up on third down 2 times. When Reggie Streeter breaks off that monstrous run for the touchdown, you just don't have too many opportunities for it.
Twins to the top of the screen. Roby directing traffic in the shotgun, will throw. Stands, delivers. Oh, nearly taken away, but it's caught on the sideline by Ken Maccaro. That was a dangerous throw, but somehow Roby made it work.
Yeah, Roby needs to calm down just a little bit more there. That's not a great place to be putting the ball so close to a defender, because if the defender comes down with that ball in his hands, there's nobody stopping him from taking it all the way back to the house and just deflating all of the momentum that you've built up so far.
3 spread out, tight end on the line with Streeter, the lone man in the backfield. 4-3 look out of New Orleans. Roby, quick out route is caught, and that is a first down catch there for Ken Maccaro. Nice grab.
Yep, and that's Mac McDonald chasing down a wide receiver to make that tackle. You know, he was coming out to play that flat zone, and it just happened to be that that's where the ball was going. A lot of speed shown there from a guy you don't think of as being particularly quick to get to that tackle.
Now a heavy formation in the backfield. They give to Streeter, and he is bottled up there in the backfield. A rare time that Streeter does not break a long one. Again, it's Mac McDaniel making the play.
And I think part of that has to do with it's such an advertised run attempt. You know, London has invested very heavily in their wide receiving core, and so you expect them to kind of spread the field out and then use Streeter's ability to break tackles to let him run from there. If you throw heavy, they know the run's coming.
McDaniel, 5 tackles tonight, looking to add on to that as we near the end of the second quarter. First flip out there from Roby. Wow, I don't know how he got that one away. I don't know how he completed it, but it is a couple yards worth of gain for London. The grab is made on the outside by Shikonomi Langley.
Yeah, and as long as London doesn't go backwards here, they should be able to make the field goal, jump back out to a 4-point lead. And with nobody in the backfield, I have to think they're going to throw here.
Everyone's on the outside. Roby with some pressure immediately moves up in the pocket, delivers down the field for a touchdown. Have you ever seen something so incredible? What a move up in the pocket, and Andy Mann is in the end zone for the touchdown.
I am just in utter shock here. I thought for sure when that defender broke through the line and had a free run to the quarterback, there's no way this play doesn't end in a sack and probably drop him out of field goal range. But then Roby, with the veteran-like move coming out of a sophomore player, steps up in the pocket and delivers an absolute dime to get them the touchdown.
Well, it is playoff time, and Rob Roby seems to have known it and fires a big touchdown pass that extends the London lead. It was only a point, and after this extra point that is up and through, it'll be 8. 5:25 left to go in the second. Andy Hamilton, along with Gus Schultz and Nathan Blake, is on stats. London is firing back.
Yeah, London is looking like the team to beat tonight. You know, New Orleans just hasn't ever been able to really get anything popped off. Logan Jack has been held to 3.5 yards per carry. He's only had 5 receptions so far, which is about 6.6 per reception, but they just can't seem to sustain their drives with any great consistency right now.
New Orleans return will come out to the 31-yard line. 5:21 left to go. We have had an action-packed first half. Both quarterbacks playing well so far. Between Rob Roby is 9 of 11 with 1 touchdown and 1 pick. Xander Gold is also 9 of 11, but no touchdowns, no interceptions for him. So Roby having the slightly better night. In the receiving game, only 1 catch, 10 yards for Deezer Powell. Both teams trying to enforce the run early.
Yeah, and I mean, we knew that was going to come when we saw the lineups here tonight. Like, this was a battle all the way between Logan Jack and Reggie Streeter, and that's exactly what we've got so far, and Reggie Streeter is winning that battle hands down, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Completion is good for 4. 5:18 left to go, and New Orleans is on their own 35. Still plenty of time, and both teams have all 3 timeouts. The question is, how will they use them? 3 wide here for the Pharaohs with Gold under center. High formation. The give is to Jack. Jack escapes the first tackle. Logan Jack still on his feet. He's got the speed. Does he have the power to get away? He does! Logan Jack into the end zone, and New Orleans strikes back.
Well, Logan Jack finding the next salvo in this battle there. He breaks 1 billion tackles to get through this one. I mean, just such tenacity on this run. Right through the middle of that line, making Blake Crazy miss, making just about anybody you can name on this defense, and just off to the races.
An incredible run with shades of beast mode there. Logan Jack gets into the end zone for New Orleans, their first touchdown of the night. And for Jack, that is going to be his 13th touchdown on the season.
Yeah, and I mean, he's already comes into this one at 6th in running back touchdowns. So, I mean, that could possibly move him higher depending on how this weekend plays out. He is just, a monstrous force to be reckoned with this season.
Extra point to make it a 1-point game is up and good. It's 14-13. New Orleans just down from London with 4:55 left to go in the second.
And I mean, the way London is built, this is an amount of clock that they could easily run off as long as they keep handing the ball off to Streeter, keep him in bounds, and keep the clock running. But they are going to have to give New Orleans the ball back at the start of the next half, so they don't want to give them any time to score before the end of this half.
Malinishin on the return will spin and get out to the 26. And that is where London will start off their drive. And so far it's been the Reggie Streeter show, but they do have the weapons on the outside to try and get something going if they want to go to the air as well. And Rob Roby, only the 1 touchdown to the 1 interception tonight, has been fairly even, but has had a good night so far. He'll start this drive with 4 receivers, and New Orleans looking like they're playing some man coverage. Roby, quick throw, quick catch there. Somehow It was James Hands working on Aaron Arrington, two great players going at it.
Yeah, Arrington, the veteran 7-year player, he's got more experience than almost the entire rest of his defense combined, and he was in very tight coverage there, just unable to get a bead on where that throw was going to be in time to make a cut on it.
Flag on the play. Roby will flip it out to Streeter. So MeUndies laundry on the field, and we will check with Stripes to see what exactly the damage was.
Yeah, I didn't see anything in particular. Let's see what he's got to say.
Number 96, defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
It looks like we've got offsides on the big linesman Daniels there, and you know that means it was a free play, and you'd like to do a little bit more with those, but they did get their positive yardage out of it, so they're probably going to go ahead and take this because, yep, it does give them the first down.
Yep, first and 10 from the 36, and they will have two backs in the backfield. Roby looking to fling it, will toss it out to Streeter. Streeter puts one man down and picks up three, and if you're London so far tonight, the recipe has been feed Streeter and live and die by the rookie.
Yeah, and I mean, as long as that continues to work for them, he's averaging 9.6 yards per carry right now, already at 86 yards for the night, along with 15 through the air. And if it's going to continue to work, I mean, keep using him, right?
True. Roby looking to throw on 2nd and 7, and that is an incompletion. There were all types of purple jerseys around there. Roby was really trying to do something spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very ill-advised throw. You can't be throwing the ball into triple coverage, you know, in a game of this much importance. You have to be very sure of where you're putting that ball. And he's put some into some tight places before in this game, but that's a little risky even for me.
5 wide here for Roby in the shotgun on 3rd and 7. He will throw the out route, and it's caught, but well short of the line to gain. The catch was made by Ken Maccaro, but the tackle was good for New Orleans, and they will get the ball back.
Yeah, and that's Roloman Hood there on the tackle, playing that exactly the way he needs to. He sees that the wide receiver is short of the line to gain, and so he plays back and doesn't try to make a big play on the ball, just make a nice, secure tackle and force them to punt.
So a punt indeed from London. They will kick it, and the snap was a little off to the left, but it was corralled well. Fair catch out of Aaron Arrington at the 25. So 2:43 left in the second. And if you're New Orleans, you got to be careful here because London still has all their timeouts, and if you don't get your drive going, they could try and get the ball back for themselves.
But at the same time, if they can get this drive going, this is a huge opportunity for them. They could score points here in the closing minutes of the second half and then come right out and take the kickoff of the first half and get a 2-point swing out of it.
The old Belichick double up, but Logan Jack first has something to say about it. Pick it up enough yards for the first down to get out to the 40.
Yep, and he's up over 100 yards for this game now on only 11 carries. So where at first it was looking like he wasn't doing as good as Streeter, now he's also up to 9.6 yards per carry. And that helps when you break one for 65.
Yeah, usually will help your average as well as your yards if you can pick up a big run or two. Here on 1st and 10 from the 40, they will have an I formation for Jack. London supplying a 3-3 to try and make the stop. Gold will throw, though, flips it out to Jack on the outside, and Jack will go through Nathan Blake, but won't get through the tackle of Evan Arthur, and that's kind of what we've seen New Orleans do is when London will stack the box, New Orleans will flip it outside and kind of move the area of attack. And that will bring us to the quick 2-minute warning. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, Xander Gold has shown a lot of poise as the leader of this offense as only a second-year player. He does a good job of reading the defense and audibling out of risky running situations into better short passing plays that take advantage of the skill set his team has.
And off, Jack there is smothered, and it'll be 3rd and 2. Quip Design delivers simple ways to keep your mouth healthy with time vibrations, brush head refills for $5, refilled every 3 months. You are covered for life with free shipping. Use the link posted in chat and your purchase will help support the SFL through our partnership. Quip, a more wholesome clean. Well, 3rd and 2, an important 3rd and 2. Still plenty of time if London wants to try and get back into it, depending on what happens here. Handoff, Logan Jack, and he has the first down. Jack out across the 45, and if you're New Orleans, I would be thinking about some hurry up.
Yeah, I mean, Blake Craze and Slyn Shady really got burned by the push of that offensive line there. The holes were huge for Jack to run through, and it's such a critical time because London could have scored if they get that ball back there, but New Orleans keeping it is great for their momentum.
And off, Jack will only pick up 2, and here comes the hurry. 3 wide for Xander Gold, flips it out to the outside. There's a catch and out of bounds. Very veteran play there from Deezer Powell, only in his 3rd season in the league, but makes a great move to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Yeah, and that's only Deezer Powell's 2nd catch of the night for about 15 yards. The entire offensive game plan has really been run through Logan Jack, who has half of the pass receptions with 6, and then the 15 carries and 126 yards on top of that.
1 receiver, bottom of the screen. London showing blitz. They'll back out of it. Gold throws. There's a completion to Matt Wolf, and he is brought down inbounds, so New Orleans will take the timeout.
And I like the call for this from New Orleans. Take the timeout here. You've only got 44 seconds left. Take the time to get the play call right and make sure you can come out and keep this drive going instead of hurrying up and risking kind of a botched play on the speed mode.
3 wide here for Xander Gold, who's under center. Split backs, and he will adjust the play for the London Knights 3-3 look. Gold flips the out route there, caught and out of bounds. Nice play there. Catch was made by Matt Wolf right in front of the newcomer. Evan Arthur was a week 3 signing and a rookie.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of great waiver signings this season, and, you know, these guys come in and they're like, well, I didn't get drafted, but, you know, these teams go out and they take a chance on that, and some of them have been making some really big impacts.
That is the hashtag, make an impact, and a lot of them have been. Gold flips it out to Jack here, another rookie making an impact, and he is making, oh no, he's short. I was going to say he's making a first down, but he's short, and now New Orleans is trying to run a play here. I would take a timeout and think about it, but they're going to go. Gold flips it out. Jack sideline, first down, and he's brought down inbounds with 18 seconds to go, tiptoeing that sideline.
And that's a beautiful play call there from New Orleans. Everybody expects on 3rd and inches that a team like New Orleans is going to run the ball. I mean, look at what Logan Jack has done on the ground already. And then to just flip it to him on the outside against that stacked box where he's going to have room to work, absolutely brilliant.
Shotgun look here for Gold with 18 ticks on the clock. Looking to fire, wants the end zone, fires to it. Oh, nearly taken away, and then punishment delivered by Arthur.
Yep, Nathan Blake, that's the defender there on that one. He is 2nd in free safety pass deflections and 2nd in interceptions. He wants that one in his hands, put an end to this drive before it hurts them.
Jeff Malinishin says, Andy Hamilton talking about Quip makes me want to buy one. Well, that's the point, Jeff, is when we talk about Quip, we want you to head over to the link and we want you to purchase it and help support the league. So if you are feeling like having a clean set of teeth, you're going to want to get some Quip. Snap back, field goal attempt is up, and New Orleans takes the lead again, up by a few.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the way these two teams are lined up against each other coming into this match, you go, oh, New Orleans is the clear favorite here. You know, they've already locked up their playoff spot. Their record is so much better, one of the most potent offenses in the league. London has come out and proved that they are a better team than their record, and they have a lot to be fighting for. They only won 2 or 3 games in their first 2 seasons as a franchise, and if they can win tonight, this will be their first playoff appearance. So these guys have a ton to play for right now.
Malinish, a little stop and go will get him out to the 31. 6 seconds left. Do you dare give it a shot? I personally, I think I would just give it to Streeter once and see if he's got any beast mode in him.
Yeah, I think as much as we would love to see London come out and truly respond here, I think you don't want to do anything particularly risky. You know, they're one of the 5th worst team for turnovers. Don't risk an interception here. Let Streeter go to work, and if he does something great, then great. And if he doesn't, go to the half and think about it.
Well, that certainly was not great, and I think London will take it to the half. Down by 2, 16-14, New Orleans on top of London, and we'll read off the other scores quickly before we head to the break. Denver down 14-10 against Vancouver. Sioux Falls down 21-14. Indianapolis on top there. Las Vegas on top of Tulsa, 31-6. Baltimore down to Queen City, 17-3, and Chicago and Tallahassee in the first quarter are knotted up at 0. We'll be back after the halftime break. It's the SFL, brought to you by APM Music, live on YouTube. Welcome back to New Orleans. The Pharaohs got off to a dream start. Jeff Malinshin fumbled the opening kickoff, and New Orleans took over, and now they will get the second half kickoff. They are up 16-14, and they're trying to complete the Bill Belichick double up here to try and get points both at the end of the first half and at the start of the second. Andy Hamilton along with Gus Schultz and Nathan Blake on stats. And we are back underway from General Russell L. Honore Stadium. And Aaron Arrington will take it out to the 34. Gus, what did you think about the first half, and what do both teams need to do to finish this thing off?
You know, I think both teams are going to be pretty happy with the way that they played in the first half. You know, London only the 1 turnover, and that's something that they've struggled with, so their ball security's been pretty solid. Their defense has really held New Orleans in check for the most part, other than a couple real big plays. And both these teams are just playing great football tonight.
Hand off, Jack up the middle, Jack on his feet, Jack continuing to crush souls, and he's out to midfield.
Yep, but if there is one key point of emphasis that you can give to either team, it's one you have to give to both. You have to do a better job of tackling these running backs, because both of them have long runs over 40 yards, 44 for Streeter and 65 for Logan Jack. And these guys are just breaking tackles all over the field.
First and 10 from the midfield stripe. Just getting into the start of the third quarter. Hand off Jack off the left-hand side. Jack puts another man down and picks up 4.
Well, it just feels like Logan Jack cannot be stopped right now. You see it right there on the screen. 152 yards with 10 minutes left in the third. At this pace, I mean, he could have, 200 plus by the end of the night without even blinking an eye. And, oh yeah, he's already got 47 through the air. So, I mean, almost at 200 already.
And he's got another first down out to the London 40.
I mean, what else is there to say about Jack? He really does everything. He runs good routes on the outside. He's got great vision breaking through those holes there. And he runs with such tenacity. It always takes 2 or 3 people to bring him down. If you only send one guy, Jack is just going to run him over.
Yeah, we've seen that time and time again tonight. Lots of guys getting run over, and a couple guys, probably feeling the hurt from Logan Jack. Gold will flip it out to him again on the top of the screen, and they will get 5 out of that one. Jack kind of becoming the David Johnson of this New Orleans offense. They go to him in the pass and the run game, and he is paying off for him so far tonight.
Yep, and Dean Maddox getting in on the tackle there, and we haven't actually talked about him tonight so far, but he does a really good job there making that open field tackle, keeping this one from breaking out big.
Hand off, that's the backup in for Jack, giving him a breather, and he almost picked up a first down himself. It's still a good carry there on the outside by L.J. Jackson.
Yeah, and I mean, that speaks to the strength of the New Orleans offensive line, that they can bring out their backup, who hasn't seen any snaps so far today, and he can read the holes that they leave for him and get through them just as adeptly as Jack has been.
2 receivers split out, high formation. The give is to Jackson again on the right side, and he gets the first down to the 29 with some help.
Yeah, that second effort there at the end, the help at the end, really makes the difference there, and New Orleans is doing exactly what they needed to, coming out swinging here in the second half and itching at the door of scoring some points now.
And really anything that they could get would be definitely helpful. Still only up by 2. A field goal from London would cut this lead and put the Knights in front. Little shovel pass there is incomplete. Very dangerous throw as the Knights closed quickly in on the center of the field.
Yeah, the London Knights really just overwhelmed the offensive line of New Orleans there, and there was just no good place for Gold to go with that ball. And, as much as we've talked about Logan Jack, Xander Gold is 17 of 21 right now for 100 yards himself, so he's not having a terrible day. It's just been he's targeted Logan so much that we've been talking about the running back the whole time.
Gold to throw again. This time we'll target him down the middle. Oh, a mind-blowing hit, and it was a catch for a moment, but Deezer Powell could not hang on.
Oh, man. That hit hurt me. I felt my chest cave in a little bit with that one. That's my vote for hit of the year right there, folks. That was incredible.
One of the harder ones I've ever seen. And London is laying the hard hits here, and on 3rd and 10, New Orleans will flip it out there. Oh, Deezer Powell makes a man miss, and a first down after taking a hit like that. That's got to be an incredible play from Deezer Powell to get back in the huddle and take the next catch and make it a first down.
And the accuracy here from Xander Gold with the cornerback looking in perfect blind to jump that route. He's got such a tiny window to get that ball in there, but he does a great job, and Deezer Powell, with only his 3rd catch of the night, able to pick up the yards they need to keep the drive going.
7:23 left in the 3rd quarter, and they're going to go heavy here. I formation, everyone up on the line for the Pharaohs. Gold going to throw it, slings it out to Jack, and Jack escapes the tackle. I thought he was dead to rights, but he picks up 7.
Yeah, he just looked across the field, saw that it was Dean Maddox who, laid that really good hit on him earlier to stop him, and he's like, no, you can get me once, but I'm getting you the second time, and runs straight through that tackle.
2nd and 3 from the London Knights 9-yard line. Just over 7 minutes left to go in the 3rd frame of play. 4-3 look out of London. They give to Jack again, and that time he is corralled by London. One of the rare times that he is penned up, and the tackle was made by Malcolm Tucker, the defensive tackle.
Yep, and this is a third and very manageable for this New Orleans team. They are 7 of 10 on third down tonight already, so they've had great efficiency there, and I fully expect them to be able to get this one here, unless we get a trademark London interception.
Well, don't commentators curse him here. Gold flings outside. That is caught. Well-placed ball, really where only the receiver, Deezer Powell, could go get it.
Yep, and that is the kind of catch that wide receivers live to make. You know, they get the toes down, they're leaning out over the field where that ball is nice and protected, and they get to pick up the first down. And it's great to see their focus on the pass here now in this second half. Deezer Powell up to 4 catches, Matt Wolf has got 4, and so we're really starting to see more balance in that ball getting spread out across the New Orleans offense.
Handoff, Jack. No, not on that play. London read it well and plugged that middle of the field. We've already seen them come up with one goal line stand. Do they have another one in their back pocket?
Yeah, I mean, this is all Slin Shady right here, taking that time again and using his vision to figure out where the hole's going to be and predicting where he has to meet Logan Jack. This is really a matter of how he can read Logan and keep him in check.
I formation here, and Gold will look to throw, and he will look to get sacked down at the 7. London brought the heat, and it paid off.
Yeah, this is absolutely huge for London. Instead of risking a third down rushing attempt and possibly even the 4th down rushing attempt, by getting this big sack, you are going to force them to throw the ball on 3rd down and try to beat you that way. And London, as we've said, is one of the best takeaway teams in the league. They've got so many players at the top of the interception charts.
3rd and goal. Gold floats back in the end zone. Oh, they're going to call him in. Deezer Powell, get the foot down. I guess he did. New Orleans scores.
I want to see a closer look on this one, but from the initial point of view, it looked like he was able to drag that foot there through the back of the end zone. This is a great route. The ball's played nice and high in the air, where only he can go get it, but I'm surprised we don't have red laundry on the field yet.
Interesting play. It's going to stand at the back of the end zone. I'll be honest, Gus, he looked well out to me. That first foot looked like it came down out of bounds, but alas, I am not a referee. We'll have to see as whether the people in the Twitch chat on the SFL Blitz or whether the people in the YouTube chat tell us what they think. But the extra point is up and good. New Orleans extends their lead.
Yeah, and this is, you know, we talked about it coming in even before the break, that what New Orleans really needed was points before the half and points on the first drive of the second half. Now out to a 9-point lead. They can finally feel a little bit more secure in this game. Now it's going to be up to their defense to get Reggie Streeter under control and hold on to this thing for him.
Malinishin on the return will come out across the 25 to the 29, and that was all New Orleans in this third quarter so far. We're down to 5 minutes, but what a long drive from the Pharaohs.
Yeah, I mean, the Pharaohs just held on to the ball forever, and it was really with their running game and swing passes. You know, they ran Logan Jack so hard that they had to bring out his backup to spell him out for a little while, and you don't usually see that till the 4th quarter.
Roby back on the field, rearing to go, and they will spread 4 out, and Roby will immediately get sacked. New Orleans brought the pressure that time. They got to him quickly.
Yeah, and that's Zig Washington coming through on the blitz there. He's had a quiet night, but that's his 7th sack on the season. He has been a big part of their blitz package, but because there's been so much run, they haven't had the opportunity to really blitz the way that they would like to.
3 down linemen, 3-3 look out in New Orleans. Roby will try and take advantage on a deep ball, batted away. Rolliman Hood was there.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge pass deflection on an underthrown ball. He realizes that he doesn't have the time to get turned around and go up to make a play on it. So very smart by him to just spike that thing into the ground where there's no chance of anybody else coming to get it and being out of position to then tackle them.
4 down linemen, all 5 receivers spread out on this 3rd and 17 attempt. Roby immediately pressured, moves up again, floats one far side. Oh, incomplete. It looked like Arrington was more the receiver there than James Hands was, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, I mean, Arrington is a guy who you expect to be getting interceptions. He's got 39 on his career so far, and with that throw being where it was, I think he wanted that one really good. But, you know, we got the Hands brothers playing really good defense out there. James Hands doesn't want that going the other way on him.
4th and 17. The London drive quickly stalls out, and they are going to have to punt it back to this New Orleans team that just bled the clock and put points on the board. And if you're the Pharaohs, that's exactly what you want here at the point that you're sitting at in this junction.
Yeah, I mean, if New Orleans can capitalize on some good field position here and come out and put more points up and maybe force this into a 3-score game, they are going to be feeling very good as they start the 4th quarter.
Up by 9, the Pharaohs will retake over at their own 39-yard line. 4:25 left to go in the 3rd. Up and in front at home. One receiver to the top of the formation. 2 backs in the backfield. Gold will move in the pocket, throw on the out-of-bounds pass, and it is caught for 6 yards on the outside by Matt Wolf. Bang Bang asks, are the players just picking the plays, or is this like coach mode or straight up simulation? Well, it's a little bit of all of those. We have owners and coordinators who pick the plays, and they call them, put them in the playbook, and give the computer the option of selecting them when the time is right. If you want to get involved, go on our Discord page, which is linked in the description, and you can be a player and make an impact, or be a coach and pick some of those plays. Handoff, Logan Jack here to the outside, and he is stopped 1 yard shy of a first down. It'll bring up a 3rd down play. Blake Craze on the tackle.
Yep, Blake Craze, 2nd-year player who came over from Indiana on that one, and he has, you know, been a little more quiet lately. We've seen them mostly running the ball towards Slin Shady's side or getting it to Jack on the outside through the swing passes, and Craze wants to go get his hits in there too.
And on Jack, first down there. He'll get out to the 48, dragging William Davidson along for the first down.
Yep, William Davidson, safe tackle there, just kind of grabbing onto those legs and not letting go. We've seen Jack run through so many tackles tonight. To see these guys finally making nice, secure tackles and holding him to only 3 or 4 at a time, it's got to be feeling good for the London defense.
3 wide, 1 in the backfield here for Gold, who hands to Jack up the middle, and Jack is dropped. Slin Shady is there. I don't know if we've called his name tonight, but he stops Logan Jack after only getting 1.
Yeah, I mean, Slin Shady's done some really good work tonight, especially, you know, that first drive, their goal line stand. He was crucial in that. But he's missed a few tackles as we waned into the end of the 2nd quarter there. And so it's good to see him going up. I think this half did them a lot of good on the defensive side.
Oh, Blake Craze was there in a hurry to put the hit on Logan Jack. Jack looks a little gassed.
Yeah, Jack looking a little bit tired, and I mean, can you blame the guy? He's got 162 yards of rushing and 59 yards of reception so far. I mean, he has been doing so much of the work for this team. He's got more yards running than they've got passing yards, and he's got a 1/3 of their passing yards.
Float far side, incomplete. London playing some good defense there by Dean Maddox, who made the play on the ball after coming over from San Francisco last season. And I was going to say, Gus, we've played both of these teams, and the one thing I could say about both of these backs is they use them both in the rushing and the passing game, and really, if either one of them gets tired too quickly, it's going to spell trouble for that offense.
Absolutely. I mean, Streeter has had far fewer touches on the ball, but he's made them count just as strongly. But London's struggled to sustain their drives. Oh, what a spin move there.
Malinishin, a nice move out to the 27. Some okay field position for the Knights, and they're going to need every little bit that they can get here with a little over a quarter to play in this game.
Yeah, I mean, they really have to get their heads in this one now because they're down by 2 scores coming up here on the end of the third quarter. If they don't start chipping away at this lead now and keeping their defense firing on all cylinders, the game's going to be over before they know it, and they don't make the playoffs. And they don't want that to happen. They've got a goal to be there this year.
2-possession game here. They'll flip it out to Streeter, who picks up just a yard down at the 28.
And a great tackle there by Mac McDaniel, going nice and high, getting all of his body weight into that, giving Streeter just no opportunity to run through that tackle at all.
There is a look at Roby's numbers, 92 yards, the 1 pick, but also has the 1 touchdown to combat it. And he'll face this 2nd and 9, and will look to throw. Floats one, middle. Oh, wide open! Down the seam, will he get there? James Hands, 15, 10, 5, he will! Touchdown, London! You talked about chipping away at the lead. How's that for a chip?
I think chip is the wrong word there. I think that's more of a chunk out of the lead. James Hands, in one move, nearly doubling Robbie's passing yards for the night, getting the 2nd touchdown of the game for him, and I mean, just what a run after this catch. Deftly maneuvering to take the right angles to keep all the defenders away from him and not let any of them close down. That is exactly the kind of momentum play that London needs. And I think this is a case where I'd like to see a 2-point conversion. It'd be a pretty safe play for them, but I don't blame them for the field goal.
James Hands, 3rd catch, 72 yards on that one, 84 overall tonight. That will bring Rob Roby's rating up to 112. A little bit of a low snap, but the extra point is good. And I was going to go the opposite way. I think it's safer to go with the extra point here. You got plenty of time left, and now the field goal will give you the win, not just the tie.
And that's a fair point. It's, you know, I'm not hard fast on the take a 2-point conversion attempt when it's fairly safe to do so, but I like to see teams who have a lot to play for play a little more aggressively.
Kick is away from the Knights. The Pharaohs will return out from the 5-yard line, and Aaron Arrington, the return specialist, will bring it out to the 27. So that is where New Orleans will set up shop. Their last drive actually stalled out, and they had to kick it back to the Knights.
Yeah, and I think they really have to find a way to get their wide receivers a little bit more involved in this game. You can't put it all on Logan Jack to continue producing miracles out of thin air. You have to let Matt Wolf and Deezer Powell do their jobs, getting you down the field, and then use Logan when it's critical.
Well, they give to Jack on the first play. He'll pick up 4. Slim Shady all over him there, out to the 31.
Yep, a good opening run for them. You know, 4 yards on first down is always something you're going to be happy about. But I still would like to see them getting their wide receivers involved so far. Only 7 major receptions for people who are not Logan Jack.
And off Jack again, and he is, running through people again. Logan Jack is looking impressive, still out to the 39 and still on his feet with some juice in the tank.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he's got juice in the tank, you know, keep going. But look at this block here from the guard, helping Jack get even further than he was there on that one. That's a great block.
Liam Crowder's trying to start the hashtag Logan is tired, but it didn't look like it on that run as he spurts forward and picks up a first down on this London team who's trying desperately to get back out in front. Low snap for Gold. He's going to float one across the middle. Nice open field catch. I don't know how they left that man that wide open, but Mikey Bishkoff is there for the first down.
Yeah, I mean, you get the 3rd string wide receiver involved, and this is a good play for them. They've been running the ball really heavily here at the start of this thing, so you've got some softer coverage across the back. Take advantage of that and let these wide receivers get down the field.
And that will end the 3rd quarter of play. London has clawed back, but they're still not on top of New Orleans. 11 minutes on the clock. 1 quarter to go. The playoffs on the line. Lots at stake here in Louisiana. Andy Hamilton along with Gus Schultz. It's the SFL, brought to you by APM Music, live on YouTube. First and 10 from the 43, 11 minutes to go. Handoff here to Jack out of the backfield again, and he picks up 7, and I think London is going to have to get a big play stop on him in order to kill one of these drives.
Yeah, London really cannot afford to allow the first down conversion here on this set of downs, because any closer from New Orleans and they are well within field goal range. You have to get the ball back and not give up any points here, because New Orleans is just too potent.
Jack out to the right-hand side to the 26. He is running with a full head of steam, and he is putting defenders down.
Yeah, I mean, that quick little break there for the quarter changeover seems to have done him some good. He's running quick, he's still making the tackles hard, and picking up all the yards that they need him to. He's at 191 rushing yards tonight on 27 carries, plus the 59 receiving yards off of 11 catches.
4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, 7, 8 in the box for London. I formation here, they give to Jack again, and some good blocking, but Malinishin along with Nathan Blake will bring him down after a 4-yard pickup.
Yeah, I mean, it's 4 yards on first down. That's the magic number right there, because, you know, that makes it so you can call just about whatever you want to on second down. You know, come out, run a screen, do some play action, maybe a draw play, or, you know, run an empty backfield and just bomb it deep.
That looks like what they're going to do. 4 wide. They'll flip the out route here. That is caught for a first down, turning upfield, and I believe it was Mikey Bischoff again. We're going to have to check, and yes, it was.
And this is a clever bit of play calling here. You know, you come out with that empty backfield and make it seem like you're going to run it deep, and then you've got one of your wide receivers just running a simple out route. Because all of the safeties and corners are getting pulled back into deep, he's got more room to work, and that's what gets him open and able to pick up that first down.
3 wide here from the 11. 9:15 to go. Gold, short drop. Got a man at his feet. It doesn't matter. He fires a touchdown throw to Matt Wolf.
Yep, this is a great throw right there, because if he puts that further up into the air, there's an opportunity for a defender to go out and put a hand on that ball, knock it down out of the way. By playing it low, he puts it in the place where only his guy can go get it and gets them the touchdown, re-expanding this lead.
And if you're London, that is a tough break, because if you could have held him to a field goal there, you still could have taken the lead. But the touchdown there puts this thing just out of reach and makes it just a 2-possession game.
Yep, and London's going to have to be fast if they want to do anything. They can't afford to dilly-dally on their next drive. They need to come out and get their first set of points to bring it back to a one-score game. And then you come out and just play the hardest defense that you've ever played. And London defense at their best, we have already seen stop New Orleans several times. And that's what they have to have the next time we see the London defense on the field.
The lead is extended to 9 again. 30-21, New Orleans on top. Kick is away, and London will get another chance with the football. Return coming out here across the 20 to the 25 from Jeff Malinishin. And with 9:07 left to go, they're going to have to get going.
Yep, and I think a big part of it's going to come down to Reggie Streeter. You know, he's had a pretty quiet game here in the second half. In the first half, it was just the Streeter show, and then suddenly they kind of went away from him, started going more into the air, and so he's still only sitting at 84 yards, but he's getting 8.4 per carry.
Free play here, handoff Streeter. Streeter down the left-hand sideline. Does he have the speed? No, he's cut down at about the 49, but I think they're going to decline this penalty and let the Streeter run stand.
Yeah, I mean, as long as this penalty's on the defense, there's no way you accept it. Yep, neutral zone infraction indeed. They will decline, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Reggie Streeter back involved, making a big impact for this London Knights team.
An important run because it also gets Streeter going just a little bit. Reggie Streeter's numbers on the night, 10 attempts for 84 yards, and I'm sure they'd like to see him get a little more into this game. Only the 10 touches and a few through the air. And you know, he, like I said, is their impact player. One receiver spread out, two in the backfield. They will flip it out to Streeter again, trying to get him going, and he is going for the first down to the 39. Now Streeter's starting to come alive.
Yeah, and you know, we talked about it. We needed him involved. He's been a crucial part of their offense all season, and he's been kept quiet for so long. Well, now he's not quiet anymore. He wants to do as much for his team as Logan Jack has for his, and they're trusting him with the ball, even as a rookie, and he's delivering right now.
Scores from around the SFL. Sioux Falls and Indianapolis in a tight one, 21-24. Sioux Falls down by 3 there. Tulsa is losing big to Vegas, 52-13. We'll get to the rest in a minute as Streeter takes this carry off the right side. Reggie Streeter down across the 20 to the 18.
And I mean, he's picked up about 60 yards or so on this drive in just the space of 2 runs and 1 catch. He's now at 109 yards of rushing and looks like about 40 or 50 once they get this one added onto his stats as well. He is definitely making that impact, and now he's got the London Knights in scoring position, ready to cut this to a 1-score lead.
Denver up 20-14 over Vancouver. Baltimore down 31-16 to Queen City at the half as Streeter picks up another 6, and Chicago and Tallahassee deadlocked at 7.
Yep, and very safe tackle there from the free safety, Kappa Jones. That's only his 2nd tackle of the night. He's been pretty quiet. They're running more towards the strong side with Streeter, and he's gotten good help from his cornerbacks shutting those things on the outside down. So a quiet night for Kappa Jones, but he's there.
Handoff, Streeter was patient on the outside, picks up a couple to make it a very manageable 3rd and 1 from the 8.
Yep, and this is a good situation for London to be in. You know, 3rd and 1, you can come out and run the ball, or you can try a very simple, 2-yard out route. Don't risk an interception with an errant throw, and a field goal is okay here because that still cuts it down to where a touchdown the next drive would get them the lead.
Oh, Streeter, bad play. New Orleans read that very well and pursued quickly, and he is dropped at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 1 from the 9.
Yep, very well read by the safety, Tank Bennett, coming up there, getting into the backfield and just causing havoc and really ruining all of those running lanes. But they're going to go for it on 4th and 1. I'm not sure I like this call. Oh, wow.
Offense on the field, Roby. MeUndies laundry on the field. Streeter trying to get to the corner, does pick up the first down. So either way, unless it's a penalty on London, they will get the first down. Let's see what we got.
Neutral zone infraction. I saw the jump right before the snap. So they get the free play on their 4th down attempt, and it doesn't even matter because Reggie Streeter has put this offense on his back and brought them right back into this game here in the 4th quarter.
And I was going to say, before they even lined up, I thought they should go here because with 6:54, I mean, you're not guaranteed to get too many more opportunities with the ball, and this does take some pressure off. If you can get the touchdown here, you have less pressure later as long as your defense can get a stop, because getting into field goal range is a lot different than trying to get in the end zone. And Streeter's in! Barely got over the line, but Reggie Streeter made it happen, and it's a touchdown for the Knights. They cut back into the lead.
I think Tank Bennett's going to be upset at this one getting called a touchdown. He laid a monster hit on Reggie Streeter here right on the goal line, and I think he believes he kept him out. We'll have to see if this one gets reviewed or not.
I thought that ball, when Streeter was kind of doing his running motion, just came up over the line just enough for the touchdown, and it looks like the referees, the booth, and the coaches agree with me. Not you, Gus. You stink. I'm right. Yes, nothing is going to happen, and London is going to kick this extra point and cut the lead to 2, 28-30.
Yep, and this is the position London wants to be in. Their defense has played fairly well. They've forced several punts, but what we haven't seen from the London defense so far is the thing that they've been the best at this season, which was generating takeaways. That's something that they're going to have to figure out how to do here, and I would have to think their best bet for that is going to be running a cover 2 zone and jumping one of those swing routes they've been throwing to Logan Jack.
Out across the 25 to the 30. Arrington still on his feet, out to the 37. An electric run from Aaron Arrington sets New Orleans up with good field position.
Yep, bringing him out to the 37, making that field just a little bit shorter. And you can tell Aaron Arrington, even as a cornerback, comes out on special teams because he wants to give his offense the best opportunity to go out and score points. That's, I mean, great effort from the veteran there.
First and 10 from the 37, 3 spread out wide. I formation, London looking for a stop. Gold flips it out to the fullback out of the backfield, and he has the angle and the first down. Nice catch there and run by Brock Cartwright, the fullback.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great run from a fullback. You don't really expect them to be catching a lot of balls, especially a one-handed grab there thrown far behind him. You usually think he's going to stop and come back to that, get tackled for a loss. But he makes the one-handed catch look easy and picks up the first down while he's at it. He often forgotten in the way this offense works, but not forgotten on that play.
First and 10 from the 48, I formation, 2 tight ends on the bottom of the screen. 3-4 look out of London. Gold is going to flip it out to Jack out of the backfield, and Jack gets clobbered.
Yep, and that is big number Dean Maddox, number 23, coming up there. And this London defense is just scrambling to find any way they can to keep Jack in check. And so far, it is not working. He's at 250 all-purpose yards, give or take 4 or 5, and just no end in sight for him.
Hand off, Jack. Didn't get there that time. It'll be 3rd and 2. This is a vital 3rd down for both teams as New Orleans tries and extends their lead. It looks like they're out of field goal range right this second, and London tries to get a stop.
Yep, New Orleans is 9 of 14 on 3rd down attempts, and this one being short is very favorable for them. London really has to step up here.
Hand off, Jack. No, did not get there. London made the play, made the stop, and they're going to get the ball back.
And who else on the play but number 99, Slyn Shady. This is exactly what they have him in the lineup to do. Get in the middle and plug those holes. And he's gotten burned a few times, but he has made some crucial 3rd down stops for their defense.
Gordon Grasmanis is on to punt it away. The Knights get the stop when they need it. Kick is away, and we'll see what Jeff Malinishin can do on the return. He will let it bounce, and it will go into the end zone for a touchback.
Yep, very smart of the strong safety there to let that one bounce through the back of the end zone. You know, don't risk, getting hit, risk another fumble there. Just give your offense that 80-yard field to go out and work. And, now we've talked so much about Logan Jack doing his thing. Now it's time for Reggie Streeter to come back out and make those sparks fly one more time.
3 receivers out for London, 2 back in the backfield from the 20. They have 4:20 and change. Roby moves in the pocket, flings one backside. Oh! Caught by Streeter! How in the world?
What an incredibly athletic throw from Rob Roby right there. At first it looked like he was going to take the sack. Then it looks like he's going to run the ball, and he's like, you know what? I don't want to get hit by one of these big defenders. Let me magic the ball through the air over to Reggie Streeter and let him go out and hit somebody. And hit them he did.
Talk about becoming a star. Rob Roby may have just became a sensation. We'll see what the chat has to say about that. He will stand and deliver again in the pocket across the middle. He'll pick up 3 to Donnie Hands on the throw.
Yeah, but that's Donnie Hands' only 2nd catch of the night. He's been the quietest member of their offense so far. But he's out there too, and he wants to do what he can to get them down the field.
And with the sense of urgency that we're seeing here out of London, I'm thinking they're feeling like this is their last drive. Streeter down the right side, out of bounds at the 43. They're going to mark him at 3rd and inches. I thought he got the first down.
Yeah, I thought so as well, but I mean, what physical force he runs that thing with, running through not 1 but 2 tackles. I mean, the way Streeter has been playing here late in the fourth quarter, you would think this is the league championship game, not the final week of the regular season. Just so much heart from Streeter.
Hand off up the middle. Streeter with the first down to the 46 keeps this drive moving.
Yep, and that's going to put Streeter probably right there in the 200-yard all-purpose himself. He's got 53 through the air. We'll call that about 144 on the ground now. And they're coming right back into this, you know. They get another first down, and they're almost in field goal range.
Two backs in the backfield here. Streeter at the back end of the pile. They will throw. Roby throws to Streeter. A one-handed grab out to the 47. He only gets a yard there.
Yeah, McDaniel with a very safe tackle. He's been a force there at linebacker when he can get out to the outside and really lay the hits down.
.227 to go here in the fourth. They give to Streeter on the right-hand side with blockers, and Streeter picks up 9. Good carry.
Yeah, that was a great running lane for him to go through. They had the entire right side of that defense just blocked off, so he had so much room to cut that back. Makes it a third and very manageable as we come up here on the 2-minute warning. I think they might try to get this play off.
They won't. Nope. Quip, 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play. It's the SFL presented by APM Music live on YouTube. We got 2 minutes to play with the playoffs on the line. Do you feel the pressure, Gus?
I mean, if anybody's feeling the pressure right now, it's London. If they can't find some points here, they probably will not be in the playoffs. But if they can get down into field goal range, their hopes are still alive.
I formation 2 in the backfield. They'll give to Streeter off the left-hand side. Streeter still on his feet. Streeter across the 35, down to the 20, 16, and he is out of bounds at the 13, and that will make this very interesting.
Very interesting indeed. I think if you're London right now, you cannot afford to throw the football and risk an interception. Continue running the ball up the middle. If you get the touchdown, great. If you don't, burn as much clock off as you can and then kick the field goal to take the lead with no time left.
2 backs in the backfield, 1 receiver, top of your screen. Roby gives to Streeter up the gut, and Streeter is stood up and dropped after 1, and New Orleans will take a timeout, worrying that if London gets this field goal, they're going to want some time on the clock to try and get back down the field.
And unfortunately for New Orleans, because of where they were able to make the stop, this is a convertible set of downs where London could get the first and not the touchdown. And if they are able to do that and force New Orleans to burn all of their timeouts, New Orleans won't have anything left for a very short clock drive.
2 receivers, top of the screen, twins formation for Roby, who's going to look to throw it. Roby fires. Oh, the receivers ran into each other. He had hands on the route, uncovered, but the receivers got tangled up, and he could not complete the pass.
But a safe throw nonetheless, you know, putting it high and out the back end of the end zone. Even though there's nobody there to catch that ball, there's no defenders there to catch that ball either. And yes, it stops the clock, but, you know, you don't risk that interception, which is a huge concern for them.
All right, very important down. 3rd and 9. Roby to throw. Moves. Throws a wobbler. It's caught. And no, he's not going to get the first down. He'll get to the 5. Good catch from Ken Maccaro, but unable to find the sticks. Good coverage from Arrington.
You know, I know London came out and ran a 4th down conversion play in a similar situation on the last drive. I hope, for everyone's sake, that they are not planning on doing that again, because the field goal gives them the lead, and they need to trust their defense to make this stop.
From the 5-yard line, this kick will be about a 20, give or take a 21, 22-yarder. Kick is up, and it is good from 22. London will take the lead 31-30 with 96 ticks left on the clock.
This is, you know, this is a manageable situation for New Orleans. They can get down this field in 1 minute and 30 seconds. The challenge really for them is not doing it faster and giving London a chance to respond. And if you're London, it's a very simple game plan. Hold Logan Jack to as few yards as physically possible, otherwise you're going to have problems.
Indeed, Jack has really been the workhorse for New Orleans, accounting for over 260 yards of offense on 42 touches. The next closest man is 6 receptions, 41 yards for Matt Wolf, and 5 receptions, 42 yards for Deezer Powell. So really, if you stop Jack, you win this football game, and we'll see what London can do. 3 wide. Gold will fly one to the back of the... Oh, nearly taken away right there. Jeff Malinishin tried to put a cap on this game.
If he comes down with that football in his hands, he automatically ends up winning player of the game as far as London is concerned. But, you know, these things happen. The incomplete's going to work out in their favor. And we'll see what New Orleans dials up on a 2nd and 10.
4 receivers wide, 3 to the bottom of the screen, 1 to the top. Xander Gold has Logan Jack flanking him in the shotgun. London will rush 4. Gold wants the deep ball on the right side, and he's got Deezer Powell down to the 38.
What a throw and catch there from Xander Gold to Deezer Powell. Just when you think that London has figured out how to come up and stop them, we get Deezer Powell back involved in the game. Only his 6th catch of the night. He's getting 10 per reception, though.
2 wide I formation. Jack in the backfield. They'll feed it. Logan Jack and Slim Shady brings him down at the 36. Time will roll here. Gold surveys the defense with 50 seconds left. Gold to throw, flips it out to Jack. Jack is clobbered at the 34. They're going to mark him out. I don't know about that. He looked inbounds to me.
I'm okay with the out call there. He's falling towards the outside. That ball could have crossed the line, and we don't have a great view from that up angle. I'm going to trust the line judge's assessment there. But, I mean, talk about Blake Crazy getting over there, laying a safe tackle to stop that before it goes any further.
4 wide here on 3rd and 6. This could be your ball game. Gold looking to throw, fires out route. That is caught by Matt. No, out of bounds by Matt Wolf. And another questionable call here in crunch time. We'll see. We haven't seen a Harry's close shave, close call challenge tonight, but this is a good opportunity.
And I mean, you know, there's going to be no punt here. You can't afford that if you're New Orleans. You have to try to convert this. So it's not over for the London defense yet. They're all still... Oh, they're going to try for a field goal from this range. Woo!
From here, it would be a 50-yard field goal from the 42. Zen Lee is on. 5'11", 178 pounds, has been perfect tonight. 40 seconds on the clock. Kick is up, and it is good. He got it from 51, punched it through, and New Orleans takes the lead.
I am absolutely astonished. You do not see kickers in the SFL hitting from this distance on a regular basis, and that one just barely squeaks its way past the bar. If he were half a yard further back, that's a miss. But now New Orleans has a 2-point lead and 37 seconds to try and stop the Knights from charging the field.
London has all 3 timeouts. This is the things you dream of. Malinishin on the return is cut down at the 26. So they will just need to get into field goal range here, Gus.
And we have no chance of an overtime on this one because this is a 2-point game. London will either win or lose on the strength of this drive right now. And they've got a second-year quarterback and a rookie running back to try and orchestrate that.
Rob Roby in the shotgun, throwing 77% tonight for over 200 yards. He fires short here. That's a completion. Oh, was one move away. James Hands was maybe one juke away from a touchdown.
Yep, and James Hands had that 72-yarder early in the game that makes up about 7/8 of his yards so far. So that's a great first down play for them, picking it up, moving right down And I like the timeout call. You know, take it, you know, take this slow, get down there, and get the field goal off.
5 wide for Roby in the gun. 3 to the bottom of the screen, 2 to the top. New Orleans is going to bring 4. Roby stands, delivers off the right side, and it is, no, incomplete, out of bounds. He was looking for Ken Maccaro.
And I'm surprised with all of these so close, out of bounds, inbounds. Oh, there it is. Now we get a review on a play.
The booth is going to review this one, so it is not a Harry's, well, it is a Harry's close shave, close call, but it's not technically a challenge. Very tricky stuff here as we get into our ad reads. I don't know. Maccaro looked like he might have had it. Ooh, it's that toe.
Yep, that looks like a toe tap to me. Here in the SFL, it is only a 1 foot.
The pass was incomplete.
No, they're going to say he was out. They're going to stick with the call on the field, and I don't know. It was too close for me to call. I probably would have stuck with the play on the field because the thing is irrefutable evidence to turn that over. So I kind of tend to agree with Ref 62 there. I know I am the king of out-of-bounds, inbounds, so everyone probably is listening to me on this one. I'm going to agree with the call on the field. 2nd and 10. Roby fires, middle of the field, caught. Nice first down there to Donnie Hands. They waste no time. Another timeout.
Yep, the timeout is the right call. Don't play around because you've only got to get about another 10 or 15 yards, and then you can set up to take this field goal. They've got the 1 timeout left to do it, so expect their next play to be something to the outside, either an out route to one of their wide receivers or a screen or swing pass to Reggie Streeter.
Las Vegas has defeated Tulsa. Indianapolis defeated Sioux Falls, making the playoff picture cloudy. London is trying to secure their spot. They need to get a field goal and win this game. 3 wide for Rob Roby. He wants the deep ball. Oh, diving catch made! 1st and 10 at the 23. Are you kidding me? Donnie Hands.
What an incredible throw and catch. And there it is. They will spike this. Surely they are running their field goal unit out. What a drive by London. They have a chance to make their first playoff bid with a completed field goal and a safe kickoff at the end.
Rob Roby coming over from San Francisco in the offseason. London was not the best team coming out of last season, but this season they will put all of this on the foot of Nate Odell, trying to push their way into the playoff picture. From the 23, it'll be about a 39, 40-yard kick. It's off the foot of Odell, and it is no good! He missed! He missed the kick!
Oh, no! Heartbreak across London as this one is pushed just wide to the right, and with one swing of the leg, their playoff hopes for season 3 as a franchise are dead. New Orleans gonna come out in the victory formation. They have secured a top 6 position in this season's playoff, but what a game.
Heartbreak across the hearts of those in London, I'm sure. I feel immensely for Liam Crowder as well as Matthew Slynn. They, do not deserve to go out this way, but this is the way of the SFL. It does not get any more competitive than this, and I'm sure both London and New Orleans will be congratulated by their fans on one heck of an effort, not only tonight, but throughout the season. Both teams played incredibly well down the stretch, and a tough loss for London to stomach. 33-31 is your final. The late kick from Nate Odell is wide right, and London will fall out of the playoffs.
Yep, and New Orleans manages to win this game with fewer total yards than London did. 418 yards for New Orleans, and well more than that from the London offense. But, when it comes down to it, Logan Jack responsible for 266 yards. The clear winner for player of the game with the New Orleans win here. And I mean, just what a performance from both of these rookie running backs. They played like they've been in the league for 5 seasons, not this is their first one.
Lots of incredible plays throughout tonight's contest. Lots of action still going in the SFL. Denver and Vancouver in a deadlock tight battle, 27-24 in that one. Baltimore is still down to Queen City 38-19, and Chicago currently beating Tallahassee 10-7. Head over to twitch.tv/simulationfl to watch all of the action live on the SFL Blitz. Cam has put in a lot of effort into that. We also want to thank Gus Schultz along with Nathan Blake for joining me tonight. Nathan kept us honest on the stats, and Gus kept me honest here in the booth. Hats off to both London and New Orleans for quite the battle. They did everything they could, and New Orleans comes out on top, 33-31. Gus, any final thoughts?
I mean, this is my clear game of the year, the best game I cast all season, and these guys just put it all on the line when it mattered the most. It's heartbreaking for London, but a great performance, and they're going to have a good season next year.
And your extraordinary Everest player of the game is Logan Jack. 33 attempts, 212 yards, and the one touchdown helps New Orleans get the win over London and helps secure the Pharaohs playoff spot. For everyone at the SFL, we want to thank you. That picture is from our SFL convention. We'll see you in Atlanta this offseason.